All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Just when it appeared that San Diego State was set to leave the Mountain West Conference, the Aztecs channeled their inner Lee Corso and said, "Not so fast, my friends. The Aztecs have decided to remain in the Mountain West for now, as after inviting themselves practically to the Pac 12 conference, San Diego State is in limbo as the Pac 12 is not close to securing the television deal that it needs in order to survive as a Power 5 conference. Now, last month, San Diego State let the Mountain West know of their intention to leave the conference next year, while they were also seeking a 1 month extension on their departure, as that 30-day period would have been the difference between the school having to give the Mountain West $16.5 million as opposed to $34 million. But without a Pac 12 deal in place, what is next for San Diego State? Staying in the Mountain West long term. Now, that could be an option, yes, but the Aztecs have flirted with leaving the Mountain West before, and it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, before they attempt to leave again. But the next time that they flirt with it, it's definitely going to be it. Now, how committed are the Mountain West and San Diego State going to be to one another? If you're the Mountain West, you've now sat back and seen multiple times that the Aztecs are like, hey, we're either leaving or looking to leave. And if you're San Diego State, are you going to look at the Mountain West side eyes, vice versa? We got to wait and see. But you look at it like this. I've talked about this before, and I'm going to say it once again right now. The Big 12 is lurking, as aside from wanting Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and Arizona State, should things go south with the Pac 12, the Big 12 also wants to have a footprint in the state of California, and San Diego State could be that school potentially. Now, in my opinion, the Pac 12 needs San Diego State more than the Aztecs need the conference right now, as San Diego State is about to get courted by three different conferences: the Mountain West, the Big 12, and the Pac 12. And of course, I've talked about this before. The Pac 12 still needs that footprint within Southern California, with both SC and UCLA leaving after this year. It's a scenario where, hey, San Diego State's going to go to the highest bidder and who's going to offer them the best television deal. The Mountain West is not going to be that conference. It's going to be the Pac 12 or the Big 12. And of course, right now, the Big 12 has more footing than the Pac 12 has currently. It's just going to come down to this television deal. Now, for me, how bad does the Mountain West want to keep San Diego State? That's going to be the million-dollar question, especially with San Diego State flirting multiple times with leaving the conference. Will both the Mountain West and Pac 12 be able to survive? I'll say it like this: if the Pac 12 is able to survive, it is going to be at the expense of the Mountain West, because I think San Diego State is going to be a part of the Pac 12's future, excuse me, if they're able to survive. You're hearing rumors about SMU potentially going to the Pac 12 as well. And then at the end of the day, I look at it like this: I could see a scenario where either the Big 12 or the Pac 12 looks at the likes of Fresno State, looks at the likes of Boise State as well. And with that said, would the Mountain West be able to survive if they lost out on, Boise, Fresno, and San Diego State? Another scenario is this: it's like if the Pac 12 implodes, you got a scenario where Utah, Arizona, Arizona State, and Colorado possibly go to the Big 12. Then the Pac 12 will probably have to merge the remaining schools. That is, they'd have to merge with some of the Mountain West schools, because basically, Oregon State, Washington State, Cal, and Stanford would just be left out in a wash, if you will. So it's going to be a scenario, this television deal potentially. for the Pac-12 is going to have huge ramifications over the next couple of years on the college football scene. So you look at it, what's next for San Diego State? I think they're going to sit back and really assess the situation because they are really holding all of the cards right now. They want to move to the Pac 12. The invitation has not come. If things don't work out for the Pac 12, the Big 12 is lurking right there. I do not see a long term future for San Diego State in the Mountain West just due to the fact that there's too much money out there potentially for them, either from the Big 12 or the Pac 12. So I think this is a short term stop. The only reason that San Diego State is still in the Mountain West is because they haven't gotten what they wanted officially from the Pac 12. It comes down to that television deal. A lot of people, not just on the West Coast, but throughout the country, are on their, well, I'm not going to say on pins and needles, but they're sitting back waiting to see what happens with this Pac 12 deal because that's going to be the next big domino on the college football scene. San Diego State is still a member of the Mountain West, but just for now. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I am signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.